Songwriter Series. My special guest is Zoë Wren this week. You might have seen her on Twitch. Yeah, I've done this once before, but we're in lockdown once more. Ooh, and listen to my Songwriter Series and have a good time. Hello, hello, hello. Hi everyone. I was worried then because I didn't see any comments for ages, and I was like, I don't know if this is working, but now I can see you all. How is everyone doing? Welcome to another episode of my Songwriter Series. Okay, cool. All the comments are coming, and I can see right from the get-go there's a lot of Twitchers in tonight, and we'll get onto that a little bit later. So yeah, hello to anyone that's new. Thank you so much, Zoe, for bringing over some new people. I can already see some names I'm not quite sure I know, which is a good thing. But I am Lucy May Walker, and this is my Songwriter Series. And every week I have a different guest on, and we just have a general chit chat and a gossip. It's basically my kind of excuse to just like hang out with people online. And we also each share 3 original songs, and we talk a little bit about what those songs are about. So isn't this the second day in a row I'm watching you live? I don't know if that's me or Zoe, but I did an Instagram live last night. Welcome, army of friends, as well. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah, these shows are completely free to watch, so please watch for the whole thing. It should last just under an hour, depending on how much we talk. But no, it will finish by 9 o'clock, and they're free to watch. But if you would like to donate, let me find this. Here you go. There is a joint there is a joint tip jar. That's quite hard to say. Going across the bottom of the screen, paypal.me/Songwriter Series. Any tips that we make tonight will split in half between myself and Zoe. So I'm going to kick it off. Thanks, April. With my first original song, and this is one that I wrote. I actually decided to do this one because Zoe said the other day that it's her favourite Lucy May Walker song. So I was like, well, be rude not to. I wrote this about moving to London. So I'm originally from Worcestershire, Redditch, for anyone that really would like to know. And I moved to London just over 6 years ago now. But when I first moved, I had all these hopes and dreams of how amazing London was going to be. And it is all that, but it takes a really long time, I think, to find your feet in London. And I actually found it really quite lonely for the first 6 months or whatever. Yeah, and I think at this time, I think we all need a bit of a reminder that we're all kind of in it together. So it's called You're Not Alone. In an office as a man wearing a business suit, makes so much money he pays someone else to shine his shoes. On the street trying to sleep, another guy and his dog, they went so different growing up, it's just one got a job. But try not to look in their eyes, 'cause you might feel something and you might be surprised to know they've just lost hope. You'll get lost in this city as you lose yourself. You forget why you moved here, feel stuck on the shelf. You'll get lost in this city as you lose yourself. You forget why you moved here, feel stuck on the shelf. But no, you're not alone. That waiter, he's an actor or aspiring to be, but his rent's up and tough luck, he'll have to work for free. Single mother with a baby getting onto the tube, no one offers to help 'cause we're all struggling too. But try not to look in their eyes, 'cause you might feel something and you might be surprised to know that they've still got hope. You'll get lost in this city as you lose yourself. You forget why you moved here, feel stuck on the shelf. You'll get lost in this city as you lose yourself. You forget why you moved here, feel stuck on the shelf. But no, you're not alone. On the platform, a girl facing onto the tracks. No one sees her, no one listens. When do we face the facts? But try not to look in her eyes, 'cause you might feel something and you might be surprised to know that she's lost all hope. There's 8 million people all out for themselves, and they came here with big dreams that might not work out. But there's 8 million people, and some might need help to know they're not alone. You'll get lost in this city as you lose yourself. You forget why you moved here, feel stuck on the shelf. You'll get lost in this city as you lose yourself. You forget why you moved here, feel stuck on the shelf. But no, you're not alone. 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 Completely forgot to put my title on the song. There we go. Thank you guys so much. I think this might be the most active chat, and that's got to be a Twitch thing, right? Okay, is my wonderful guest ready? Cool. So, introducing absolute angel, Zoë Wren. Welcome.
And for that song, I love that one so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you came into my Twitch stream the other day and was like, was it the Twitch? Yeah, where you said that was your favourite Lisa May Walker song, and I was like, noted. I think it's a lot of people's favourite. It's just a classic. I actually wrote that for Coffee Music Project. Did you do that as well?
Did you? Oh, yeah, I did actually a few years back, yeah.
And you have a song...
I didn't realise.
Yeah, also about London. Was that also for that or no?
I have a few songs about London, actually.
Okay.
I think maybe the one that you're thinking of, I think I played it for that, but I'd already written it like maybe a couple of years ago. I write too many songs about London. I don't know why.
I know, it's hard not to, and it's like, sometimes I'm like, I'm not going to talk about London, then I'm like, I'll do a co-write or something. I did one recently, and they were like, no, you just have to put the actual word London in, so you can't avoid it. Anyway, welcome. This is Zoë Wren, for anyone that doesn't know.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
And
see lots of familiar names.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know that you've done your job in sharing, because I'm seeing faces I think that I've seen on Twitch, but on Facebook and stuff, it's really weird to see.
I know, yeah.
You know
I'm seeing a lot of Twitch friends here, and a lot of them with their real names, which you don't normally see on Twitch.
It's freaking me out. Anyway, I think maybe the best way to kind of kick it off is if you can sing a song for us, and then that's the best way for people to go, this is what she does. And then I'll quiz you afterwards, if that's okay.
Sounds good. Go for it, yeah.
Oh, and if you can tell us about the song before you sing it, that's great. Bye!
Yeah. Sure. So coincidentally, actually, the first song that I'm going to play is continuing the theme of, I guess, being a little bit disillusioned with London. I told you I have a lot of London songs. This is one that I wrote a couple of years back now when I'd quit my job quite a few months ago, and I was kind of, I guess, just like really grinding as a performer and a songwriter and a busker. I'd got my London Underground license, and I was spending a lot of time on the Underground, and was feeling a little bit like, I love what I'm doing, but I'm just a bit like worn down, and like maybe I just want to like escape London and run away somewhere else, which ironically I have done now. I'm actually streaming from Switzerland. But this is a song that I wrote about all of that, and just thinking maybe I should just, I don't know, go somewhere else and escape all of this. And it's called Smoky Sunrise, and it goes like this. Another rainy late December Saturday, I'm dreaming up some ways that I can fly away, while I'm singing carols, singing songs they want to hear. I suppose it's been a year, but it feels like a day. This big city feels a little smaller day by day, but I know there's a million reasons more to stay. I don't have delusions, I've just got a wandering mind. Can't leave this place behind, or will I fade away? Smoky sunrise tells me I'm no good at saying goodbye, 'cause I'll miss those shining lights above my head, that warm familiar feeling, knowing the road that I tread, walking by the river, rumming out moments come. Oh, want this for forever, but I need something else right now. There must be a way to beat this restless feeling down. Only Johnny knows how blue I'm feeling now. So I keep on singing those same old happy tunes. It's the same old tired news, and we've heard it before. One more smoky sunrise. I know I'm no good at saying goodbye, 'cause I'll miss those shining lights above my head, that warm familiar feeling of knowing the road that I tread, walking by the river, rumming out moments come. Oh, want this for forever, but I need something else right now. Walking by the river, rumming out storms come. I want this for forever, but I need something else right now.
Actual
Thank
claps.
you.
How weird is that?
Very weird, not used to that.
That's so beautiful. That's so that's from your new album, is that right? The
Yeah,
opening
that's the first
track, right? Yeah.
It is, yeah, very good.
Done my research. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit about, you've had a bit of a crazy year, so that came out last year, 2020, the classic year that everyone really enjoyed. So you, in 2020, you released an album and also moved countries, is that right?
Yeah, it was quite a big year actually, considering like we were all stuck at home. So I've been working on this album for a while, and I was planning to release it in like spring. That kind of got pushed back a bit, and I was pushing it back, and I was like, you know what, we're not coming out of this soon. I'm just going to go and release it. And by this point, I was streaming on Twitch, this platform that I keep talking about, which I'm obsessed with and love. And so I was like, you know what, I'll just release it. Like I'll do an album launch on there, and it'll be the next best thing. So I did that. I released the album in November, and in the summer I also moved to Switzerland, like you said, because my boyfriend, who's in the chat at the moment, I think he.
Which one?
He's Tristano. No. He was also in the camera.
I can hear something.
It's very, very weird. But yeah, so he's sorry.
So you moved to Switzerland, yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing a master's here in artificial intelligence, and I thought, you know what, it'd be pretty cool to live somewhere else in Europe for a bit. So I came here and having a great time. It was pretty nice, lockdown aside.
Wow. And would you see yourself living there kind of permanently, or you're planning to come back? Or
I am. My heart does still lie with London. It's he loves Switzerland, and I love it here too. But I have a special place in my heart for London, and I plan, as soon as travel's easier, to be back and forth quite a lot. So coming back for gigs and then going back here, and hopefully it'll work out somehow.
I'm sure it will. People are being so nice. I really desperately want to talk about Twitch, but I'm going to do my next song before we talk about it. And I'm really sorry to anyone watching this is like, what the actual hell is Twitch? It's a streaming service, and we will talk about it probably after my next song, if that's okay. Because I do get carried away with the chat, so I shall remove you for a while. You can have a little break. Okay, so this is from my EP, which I also released in 2020 actually. It seems so long ago now, and I also did that thing where I was like, shall I push it back? And then just thought, well, yeah, I'm going to push it back and then end up not releasing it, and then I'll have new stuff to release. So we released an EP back in June 2020, and this is a song from there. And I also think that this is probably my most folky kind of sounding song, so I thought it would go well with Zoe's audience that she brings over. So it is called You Say You've Moved On, and it's always like, you say you've moved on, but have you really? And it's a song about kind of wanting the best for someone when they move on from like a messy separation or breakup, whatever. And I don't think it's a good thing to move on to a new relationship when there's still a lot of hurt and unresolved feelings and things like that. So yeah, I wrote this song about that, and it's called You Say You've Moved On. I know that you've been hurting. I held you when you cried yourself to sleep. We never saw it coming. She made promises that she couldn't keep. And I know why you're doing the things that you do. I try to be pleased, but it's hard when I can see through. I wish for you the world. I'm still your little girl. Not saying that you don't deserve this, but you're still hurting. You say you've moved on, and I should move on too. You say I love you as if it's something to throw away. Try to replace all the memories you just can't erase. And I know you're doing the things that you do. I try to be pleased, but it's hard when I can see through. I wish for you the world. I'm still your little girl. Not saying that you don't deserve this, but you're still hurting. You say you've moved on, and I should move on. You can't get over someone by finding someone new. You've got to work on yourself, and I'm here to help you through. I can help you move on, so take as long as you want to. I wish for you a world. I'm still your little girl. Not saying that you don't deserve this, but you're still hurting. And when you've truly moved on, maybe I can move on too. Oh, you're muted. Woo. Thank you very much.
That was gorgeous. I'd not heard that one before, actually. Really love that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I realised I meant to say I've just sang that in a completely different key to the original because for some stupid reason, I wrote this with a guy called Joe Hamill, and we detuned my guitar like half a tone, and it was like, why have we done that? Because then I'm never going to be able to play it live. Well, I mean, I could just like have a different guitar, but I just thought I can't be bothered. So yeah, that's the same song but a bit higher than normal.
I do that with my guitar, actually. I have it tuned to semitone down, and it's really annoying because I've written songs like that, and I'm like, I can only ever play that on my guitar. Like, I can't ever.
Yeah.
If I have to borrow a guitar, I can't just like tune someone else's guitar down. That would just be rude.
And then working out what chords, if you play with a band or something, you're like, well, it's like a C, but not quite. Oh, I've lost you.
Oh, sorry, I've lost my camera. You know what? I just forgot to plug it in.
Okay, no worries.
Give me 1 second, I'll be back.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
My mum says, oh, hi, Mum, I didn't know you were here yet. Love the last note. Well, that's also not on the record. I just decided to riff there. Okay, I want to talk about Twitch. It's time. Hello, everyone, by the way. I'm just going to say some names. Love this song. Thanks, John. And that's John Clapper, for anyone that wants to know. Sorry, John, you might get some Facebook ads. Oh, I know what I can do while she's plugging that in. I just want to say thank you. I've just seen some tips come through. So thank you so much, Michael Phillips, for your lovely tip. Leo, thank you, Leo. I've got hiccups now. And also Anthony Couch, who says, Zoe's a great songwriter partner. Thank you. Does he mean as in this, or have you written with Anthony Couch?
I don't think so.
No, I think okay. He just said he tipped and said Zoe's a great songwriter partner, and I was like, do you write together, or he just means a guest?
Thank you.
Okay, you're back. It's okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
I spoke about tips and stuff. So I really want to talk about Twitch. So for anyone that doesn't know, Twitch is a streaming service, a little bit like this, but a completely different platform. And I started in January, but I know the first person that I watched after my friend John was Zoe, and I was like, right, I'm learning from the best. And I remember watching her first stream and thinking she was amazing, but whatever was going on in the chat, I had no idea. So tell us a little bit about your Twitch journey. When did you start streaming?
Yeah, it's a bit of a different world to Facebook, isn't it? I started streaming I think I did my first like test streams like in April, so quite early on in the start of lockdown. I'd never heard of it before, but my other half, Tris, he like knew it because it's mainly like a gamer platform, and he like mentioned it to me. He's like, oh, there are some musicians on there as well, and they just stream themselves like playing songs. Some of them are just like practicing and performing or whatever. He was like, you should give it a go. I was like, okay, I'll try it out. It just sort of. At first I was like, what is this platform? Why is everyone speaking in these strange, like, they don't call them emojis, they call them emotes or emotes if you're American. And I didn't know what anything meant. And what bits, what are hype trains and raids. It's honestly, it's a lot to take in. But over the months, it's just become like my favorite thing ever. And I stream on there twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And have just it's just like built. I think the best thing about Twitch is that you kind of build up this amazing community of people who, just keep coming back to your streams and are just hanging out there and chatting and just having the best time. And everyone's so lovely. And so many of my lovely Twitch community are here tonight. So big shout out to you all. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for crossing platforms for us.
Yeah. It's difficult to get them to come back over onto Facebook sometimes.
I know, you've done so well. I'm saying this is all down to you. And you became a Twitch partner. So can you explain what it means to get to that point for people that have no idea, or people that watch Twitch and like, I don't know what that means?
Yeah, so there are like kind of, I guess, 3 different like levels on Twitch. So when you first start streaming, you're streaming. There's people can't subscribe to your channel or kind of don't do any kind of donations in that way. And then once you reach a certain amount of like hours streamed, a certain amount of viewers, then you can apply. Then you can become an affiliate, which means people can subscribe and you can kind of earn some income. Lisa's an affiliate. And then after you've been streaming for a while, and if you kind of build up enough of a viewership, you can apply to become a partner, which it's not really that different. You just kind of, you get a nice purple check mark next to your name, and you get some kind of benefits like slightly better audio and video, you get more emotes, various things like that. And it's kind of just like, it's just a nice thing to aim for and to apply for. So I think I got accepted onto that in September or October last year, I believe, and that was very, very exciting because I never thought when I first started streaming, I didn't even know what a partner was when I started streaming. But I never thought that was something I would ever be aspiring to. Even I was just like, I'll just try this out. So that was really, really awesome.
It's such an achievement because you have to have an average of 75 viewers, isn't it, every stream?
Yeah.
And that is a difficult number to get. Like right now I can see that we've got 54 people across Facebook and YouTube, although most people are on Facebook. And for me on Facebook, I'm like, wow, that's an amazing number. So, but Twitch, I can't believe that it's taken me this long to discover it, firstly. And also, I don't know about you, but I've always found it really quite difficult to grow my fan base. And the only way I've really done that is performing live, busking. But I mean, the amount of people that see you busking and then actually follow that up with a follow on social media is very slim. And Twitch seems to be the first place ever, and I think it must be raiding that does it, that you reach new people. So I would say probably 90 or 89% of my Twitch viewers are like solely on Twitch. Can you explain what a raid is? also?
Yeah,
I mean, I could
so-
do it, but I want to hear you say it.
Sure. So yeah, a raid is I think one of the coolest features of Twitch, which is after you've finished your live stream, instead of just like ending it and going offline and everyone goes away, you can choose to raid another person's stream. So what that means is you just bring all of your viewers and yourself over to the other stream, and then that other person who's live will like get a little message saying you've been raided by this person, and everyone joins the chat, and it's just a really nice way of introducing your followers to other people. And then it means if someone raids you, then you might, if you get a big raid, you might get like 100 new people joining you, which is always so exciting. And it's a really good way to just, people can just discover new artists and you can get discovered. And I think that's one of the really cool things about Twitch, because when I was first looking into it, I remember like reading somewhere like, oh, Twitch isn't that good for discovery, it's all about like TikTok. But I'm like, I'm not even going to go there. I can't. You're on TikTok. Actually, you're quite big on TikTok, Lucy, aren't you?
I'm not quite.
You're
big
too
at
cool
all.
for me. You're too cool for me. I can't even.
I think TikTok is good for getting your personality across. I mean, do you know Beth McCarthy? She's also a busker.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, she's originally from York, and she only moved to London and started busking like during the pandemic. So that's probably why you have not met her yet. But she is huge on TikTok. Like literally, I'm talking like millions and millions, and it's really what's the word? I want to say transpire, but I don't think that's it. I mean, her Spotify listens have gone like amazing since the TikTok thing, but I think she's done it really well by doing music on TikTok. She like rewrites the words to cover songs, whereas for me it's a way I can get my personality across. So it's finding the balance between people following you just because you're hilarious like me, but also wanting to listen to your music. I haven't quite got that yet. But,
I remember seeing one about like how to make the perfect roast potatoes on yours, being like, oh yeah, handy.
Yeah.
To make some notes.
I've actually got a granola video as well.
I'll check that out. Check that
out. Before we go on a massive tangent, do you want to introduce your second song? Second song? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So this is my newest song that I've written, actually. It's one that I wrote about a month or so ago, and it's kind of like the first actual love song that I managed to write, which is kind of terrible, but it took me this long. But it's kind of a lockdown love song, in that I was because Triss is living in Switzerland and I was back home in London to visit my parents for Christmas, and was planning to go back pretty much straight after, but then obviously we got locked down again and I wasn't allowed to travel back, and so we were apart for a couple months, and I was obviously kind of sad. So I just wrote this song. It's called Sailing Boat, and it's just about kind of wanting to get back and try to find any way I could. Honestly, I was looking at the most ridiculous routes to try and sneak my way back into Switzerland. I eventually managed it, not on a boat. But I'm just gonna make sure I'm in tune before I sing this, actually. But yeah, that's what this song is about, and it's still pretty new. It's in a very awkward tuning. I write songs in way too many different annoying tunings. Okay. All right, so this is Sailing Boat. Sailing like a lighthouse on the shore. The funny thing with distance is relativity. How small we are from space, but how you're all the world to me. How the hours pass like minutes when you hold me endlessly. How I almost feel you here, although you're miles across the sea. You're just across the sea. I wish the continents could shift. The plate tectonics slowly drift. Take me home for good. I'd walk the whole damn journey if I could. I need you more than I can show. That's the only truth I know. The funny thing with distance is relativity. How small we are from space, but how you're all the world to me. How the hours pass like minutes when you hold me endlessly. How I almost feel you here, although you're miles across the sea. If I knew how, I'd be halfway across the ocean by now. I'd see you through the storm, like a lighthouse on the shore. The funny thing with distance is relativity. How small we are from space, but how you're all the world to me. How the hours pass like minutes when you hold me endlessly. How I almost feel you here, although you're miles across the sea. You're just across the sea.
I think that might be one of my favourite songs of yours. I think it's so nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, everyone's loving it. Everyone's loving you. Shout out to Zoe.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we've got some lovely comments. Stuart, beautiful rich tones. Zoom. I don't know if that's him trying to call you Zoe, but
It might be autocorrect. Sorry.
really smooth. And then people were talking about POG, and I was like, I actually don't know what POG means.
It's like expressing excitement. It means like it's some gaming thing. It means like play of game, but it's like
Yeah. I was going to call it Zoe. Sabby. Shout out to Sabby's blog.
yeah, it's Sabby.
She said the definition. And also this comment from Leo. I first met and heard Zoe when she opened for Charlotte Campbell's Christmas EP. And that is also the first time I don't think I met you, but it's the first time I'd heard of you. And I can't believe I hadn't heard of you before because we both busk in London.
I know, yeah.
The community of buskers isn't massive. We all know each other.
But the thing is, I think I bust underground and you bust above ground, so...
I also
that
busk
right?
underground. No, both.
Oh, you busk underground?
Yeah, well, I
didn't even
mean,
real-
haven't
didn't
for a
even realise
while.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously, I think people have their favourite underground spots, so it's harder to bump into people.
I can't believe I never bumped into you on the
Yeah.
underground then. That's
I don't
crazy.
think so. I think I would have
No.
remembered. I think
Yeah,
I
I think I'd remember that.
think a lot of the underground buskers are all guys as well. So when you see another woman
Yeah.
busker, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Angela, does that mean I have to find Twitch to see you, Zoe? If you'd like to see Zoe on a regular basis, then yes.
I highly recommend you join, but there are I'm on all the other platforms as well. Not train platforms at the moment, but
Are you allowed? I
Social media
wanted to
platforms.
ask this about being a partner, because I know that you were actually, I was going to stream this to Twitch as well as Facebook, and you were the one that was like, oh, you can't do that. Are you allowed to, like, is there some sort of term and condition in being a partner that you're not allowed to stream on other platforms or anything?
No, as far as I'm aware, you're allowed to stream on whatever platform you want, as long as you don't stream like literally the same stream on
Yeah.
another platform. I think it's there's an exclusivity for your Twitch streams for like could be like 24 hours. I might be wrong. So it's like you could repost it to Facebook the next day, but you can't go live simultaneously. And that's
Right.
as soon as you're an affiliate, that's just a thing they have, and it's like buried in small print, and like people always miss it. And yeah, it's a kind of a shame, really. But yeah, there we go.
I'm nowhere near becoming a partner, but I was wondering if that was a thing that I was like, oh, am I not going to be able to stream it somewhere else? But no, cool. Cool.
I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. If it has, then
Someone's going to be
I've
like,
definitely been breaking it.
yeah, Sabby's going to be in the comments now, like, actually. Anyway, I'm going to take you out of the stream and then bring you back in for the final, your final song and a bit more chat, and also going to take some questions from the public. So if you want to ask Zoe anything, put it in the comments and I'll try and look back. Okay. I'm going to do a brand new song that has never been heard by anyone. I just want to put a trigger warning out there before I begin because I know it's a really, really difficult topic. So this song covers the topic of miscarriage. So if anyone is triggered by that, then feel free to mute or come back in 5 minutes when I've sung the song. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know it's it's a very difficult subject to talk about. So, and one that's quite difficult for me to even say that actually without getting a bit emotional. So some of you might know that I do a thing called song commissions, and that is basically where people can pay me to write them a song. And this one was one of those. I think it was over Christmas, and a couple got in touch and said, we want you to write this song for us. And they've had some really awful traumatic experiences with miscarriage, actually 3 miscarriages. And they said the reason they wanted me to write this song was there doesn't seem to be many songs that even touch on the topic of miscarriage, but it's so common. I think, tell me if this is wrong, but I think it's 1 in 4 pregnancies actually do end in miscarriage. So I think it's such an important topic to kind of speak about, and it's such a taboo subject. So this was definitely the hardest song I've had to write. I'm already feeling like, oh no, I think I might cry. So let's take a moment. So this is for them, and oh no, hold on. No, I'm not supposed to cry during, hold on. Okay. Anyone that's affected by that, and it's called The Hardest. I don't know if I can sing this, hold on. Let me take some water. Oh dear, maybe I shouldn't have given such a long intro. Should have just gone, this is about miscarriage. Here we go. But yeah, it's called The Hardest Goodbye. And I hope to release it sometime in the future. Let me know if you think I should. Two hearts beating together, two hearts made you together, and one half you stole from your mother, one from the man of our dreams. Our hearts once were aligned, but then soon they fell out of time, and I would have given you mine if I could. I'd do anything. I held you every second of your life. I love you for every moment of mine. If there's ever a rainbow, I know it's you in the sky, and we miss you every day that you're gone. When we thought we couldn't go on, only here just for a moment, but you were the hardest goodbye. We tried and we tried once again, and I promised this wouldn't end like the first two, clinging to life, desperate to keep you alive. But the nurse came and she sat us both down, and she told us there was no sound of your heartbeat, and our hearts stopped too. 'Cause I held you every second of your life, and I love you for every moment of mine. If there's ever a rainbow, I know it's you in the sky, and we miss you every day that you're gone. When we thought we couldn't go on, only here just for a moment, but you were the hardest goodbye. It's been years now, and it doesn't get easier still. Now, longing to hear how your cry sounds, still asking why and how. 'Cause I held you every second of your life, and I love you for every moment of mine. If there's ever a rainbow, I know it's you in the sky, and we miss you every day that you're gone. When we thought we couldn't go on, only here just for a moment, but you were the hardest goodbye. Only here just for a moment, but you were the hardest goodbye.
Oh my goodness.
I felt very
emotional. I'm trying not to well up. That was so beautiful.
I'm really sorry. Thank you. I was like,
we're just gonna end the stream in tears now. But that was such a beautiful song, and so sensitively written about that subject. So I hope you do release it.
It was very, very difficult. It was like trying to get that, like, I've not been in that situation. So I wanted to be as understanding as I possibly could be, and empathetic, but yeah, it was very, very difficult, and I just wanted to get like the perfect song for them. So yes, they liked the song, and I have asked permission to perform it tonight. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Right, I'm going to move on to some questions, and I completely forgot to write this down. I asked on my Instagram earlier, and then, yeah, hold on, let me find it. So thank you to people that have... How do I do this? Oh, here we go. Okay. Joe's Jollies, always very good with the questions. Are you likely to have a gig in London this year? That's to you.
Am I likely to have a gig in London? That's a very good question.
It's hard to say, actually, isn't it?
I'm going to grab my diary, because things are starting to get planned, which is exciting. Although I'm not sure if there's anything happening in London at the moment.
well,
I'm just
let's say
scrolling
UK
through at the
then.
moment. Oh,
Any
UK,
gigs?
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, definitely UK. I mean, I'm doing, it's kind of difficult with the folk festivals because I don't know how many of them are confirmed yet, but like hopefully I'll be playing at Sidmouth Festival. I'll be playing with my duo Roswell at Beardy Folk Festival, and I know they'll be going ahead because they were like the only festival that managed to go ahead last lockdown.
But what are they called? Beardy Folk Festival.
Beardy Folk Festival, yeah.
Did I say that right? Like Beardy.
Like Beardy.
Nice.
And a few other
Yeah.
things planned. It's really difficult to say whether, like I guess I think we're already hoping that now we've had the very final like reschedulings and then this is all going to be happening, but who's to say? But fingers crossed.
I actually have a question about festivals because I don't know if you've seen my ranting today. Have
did.
you? Yeah.
I was like nodding along vigorously.
It just seems to be the thing I seem to do recently is get into arguments with men on the internet. But there's a festival called Victorious Festival that I don't really know anything about, but someone basically looked at the poster and removed all the men. And I think there's 4 acts left that even have a female in them. And I was just kind of saying that this is not good enough. The kind of gender inequality in festivals that I know of. And I wondered what the folk scene is like, because I don't really know the folk scene very well. So is it a similar thing there?
I think on the whole, I'd say the folk scene is definitely a little bit better in terms of gender equality. Definitely in the kind of the middle section. I think the higher up you get on the bills, often you do end up losing kind of a lot of female artists. But this is, I mean, yeah, this thing with the festivals, I've seen so many festival posters done just like that one where they remove all the male names, and it's just shocking. It's absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 names on there, and it's like, how have you overlooked this? Like, it's not that difficult. And
Yeah.
you know that if that was to happen in the reverse, if you had to get a festival with like 95% like female acts and like 5% men, people would be like, whoa, what's going on? That's way too many girl bands. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that it's gone through so many people. So, like, so many people have approved this and not gone, oh, hold on. There's
Yeah.
absolutely no women on our festival. And the argument that I got into, feel free, guys, after this to check it out on Twitter because I am fully in the right. Some guy who I think is a promoter basically said that we shouldn't complain about it. It is just the way it is. And if you want to basically play a festival, if women want to play festivals, then they just have to put them on themselves. And I was like, no, that's not the answer.
comment.
Oh, I'm so angry.
As if we haven't got enough to deal with
Yeah.
already. He's like, oh no, well you should just, pipe down, just make your own festival. Like,
Don't. I can't believe I've held that in for an hour, actually. And then, this is actually not really about music, but if you could recommend somewhere in London that's off the tourist track, where would it be and why?
ooh, that's a good question. Well, I don't know about my first thought. I don't know if it's that off the tourist track, but I do highly recommend Camden Market. Being a Camden girl myself, growing up in Camden, if you want to like the market and like along the canal in Camden is really nice, especially in the summer when things are all open again.
Where are you from?
That'd be my recommendation.
Where are you from originally?
I actually I grew up in Camden in London. Like my family's half from Slovenia and then like a quarter from England, quarter from Spain. But my parents
Okay.
both moved to London like just before I was born. And like my dad works in Camden Market, so I'm very much a Camden girl.
No way! That's
Yeah.
amazing. Has he got a stall there, or just works?
Yeah, he does.
I don't know if it's too much to say to shout it out if you don't want people to know who your dad is, but yeah, maybe not.
Well, he sells he goes between different stalls. Sometimes he was selling like jewelry before, and now he's doing like photos and prints and stuff. So if you ever see
that's
a man with a beard who I don't know if he looks that much like me, but it might be my dad.
I'll just be like, Zoe's down anywhere. What I wanted to quickly talk about, sorry, we are going to run slightly over, and I hope that's okay, Zoe, because you've not sung your song yet. But I have more questions that I have not even touched on. Can you tell us about supporting Ralph McTell?
Oh yeah, that was like one of my highlight gigs that I did a few years back. Ralph McTell did a kind of competition thing where he just invited kind of like emerging singer-songwriters to submit a song, and then he picked some people to open for him when he was doing a kind of UK tour. And so I got to open for him at the Cambridge Corn Exchange, which it was like the biggest crowd I'd ever played to. There were like, I don't know, 500? I have no idea. It was really dark. I couldn't see the audience, which like freaked me out a bit, because normally in folk clubs they're like right in your face. Maybe like 500 people or something.
Wow,
and it was amazing.
that's
and then
incredible.
afterwards I just got to watch him play and like sing along to Streets of London. So that was really, really cool.
I have to say that's probably the only song I know of his, but
to be fair, that is his most famous song. I didn't know that many others, and I was like, oh, actually these are really great songs. I should really have listened to him more before.
Oh, my manager's doing a face in the comments because he is the one that absolutely wants me to finish on time. Sorry. And one more thing, I wanted to ask you about Cambridge Folk Festival. That seems like a pretty big festival that you've played.
Yeah, Cambridge Folk Festival is I think it might be my favourite festival. It's definitely my favourite folk festival that I've been to. I've been going for years and years since I was like quite young with my parents. And then, a couple of years back, I got booked for the Den stage. I got to play with my band, and it was so much fun. And I also got to play on the stage too there, just like a couple of songs as part of the festival session, which was like it was just an amazing experience to be on a big festival stage, even if I was only there for like 2 songs, just to like look out and see that crowd. It was like amazing. So yeah, absolutely love Cambridge.
A lot of the times when you booked for a festival, like I've not done very many to be honest, but I remember playing the Isle of Wight festival. I'm sorry if the guy from the stage is here, but like I'm playing Isle of Wight, and then you get there, I'm like, sorry, where is my tent? And it's like one, when you play like that kind of thing, and you're like, well, I can still say that I've played Isle of Wight, but
absolutely,
it's good to get a good stage. Okay. Please, can you introduce the last song of the evening? And I love this one.
So this song I decided to play because I think last time when I played it, or Lucy said that she really liked this one, so I thought I'd bring it out. And it's got a good story to it as well, since we're sharing the stories behind the songs. It's one of my busking songs. It's I call it my ragey song because I wrote it after I was busking one day at Baker Street Station, and this guy came up to me while I was playing, and he started just like hitting on my guitar, just like banging it like right up in my face. Like it was a drum or something. I don't know. He thought he was being clever.
I'm just angry listening to
this. He thought he was being funny, and I was like, no. So I was just like, hey, like, don't touch my guitar. And the guy sort of slunk away a little bit. And then I was like, I quite like that as the name for a song. I'm going to write a song called Don't Touch My Guitar. So I did, and it goes like this. I like to think that I'm a patient woman. Lately I've been driven to the edge by certain guys who lack in certain concepts, like common sense and boundaries and respect. Well, you can sing along to every chorus. Well, you can watch me from afar, but I think you'll find I've drawn the line quite clearly. Say what you want, but don't touch my guitar. Maybe you know how to play Oasis, or maybe you're just drunk at 2:30. But if you're acting like a fool in public spaces, well, that's your call, but there's one thing you can't do. Well, you can sing along Say what you want, but don't touch my guitar. Just because you think I'm small and dainty doesn't mean that I don't know Kung Fu. So please think twice before you irritate me, 'cause you might find the tables turn on you. Well, you can sing along to every chorus, well, you can dance or watch me from afar, but I think you'll find I've drawn the line quite clearly. Say what you want, but don't touch my. I told you once, don't tell you twice. Oh yeah, yeah. Say what you want, but don't touch my guitar.
I love it so much. So
Thank
good.
you.
I don't remember that amazing guitar solo in the middle of it as well. I need to re-listen. It's so good. Because I also
thank you, Lucy.
I love the fact that I mean, I don't fall into this category of like amazing female guitarists. I play well enough so people don't know that I'm not that great. What I love about that is, as well as it all being about don't touch my guitar, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do it to a man, just saying. The fact that you do this amazing guitar solo in the middle as well is like, I bet you weren't expecting this from me either. I love it so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the series. You've been amazing, and thank you for bringing so many people as well. There's definitely.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. Thank you, Lucy. It's been so much fun.
Here. I know. I wish
it feels like an hour's just flown by.
Right, this is what I'm saying to my manager. I'm like, I will try and make it like finish at 9, but it's so hard. Is there anything before we go? Oh, I just want to say a couple more. Thank you so much to everyone that's tipped tonight. I just missed a couple. Vanessa and Duncan, Sydney. Oh, that's it. That's awkward. Thank you so much for the tips. And if anyone does want to tip tonight, obviously you're not obliged to. But whatever we make tonight, we'll split between the two of us. So feel free to do that afterwards. Is there anything that you would like to plug or like to reveal that's coming up? And where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on my website, which is zoewren.com, and that has links to all my socials and everything, which is Zoë Wren Music. One thing I can actually reveal is that I've just started working on recording a couple of singles that I'll be releasing. One of them is actually Sailing Boat, which I played. Another is another new song called The Deep, and I'm going to be doing a Twitch stream on Monday evening at, I think, 9 p.m. GMT, where Tris and myself are going to be working on producing the songs. So I haven't announced that yet, so I'll let everyone know that you can
that's
pop by
exciting.
if you want to see us produce it.
Is that not like a lot of pressure?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. I'm a little bit nervous. But it's nice that there'll be like both of us, so we can kind of just do what we normally do and chat with people, and hopefully it'll work out, and we'll be inspired to do some cool production.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be amazing. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, damn it. I forgot. Okay, well. Oh, I know. It's your Twitch link is Zoë Wren Music, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Have you always been Zoë Wren Music, or did you change it? Did you add a music thing to it?
I think I've always been Zoë Wren Music. I think I've managed to keep everything consistent like that, yeah.
Ah, well done. Cool, just wanted to know. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining. And also, this is a weekly thing. For anyone that is new, I do this every Thursday. Let me just check. I'm going to say the right guest. So next Thursday, same time, same place, we have Eliza Shaddad, who is an amazing singer-songwriter. Week after that, we've got Katie Hurt, which I'm sure a lot of people in the chat know. And then we are ending with Tom Spate, who is a pretty big name. So yeah, please tune in every Thursday, and otherwise find Zoe regularly on Twitch, and also myself. I think I'll be going on Saturday. When's your next Twitch stream? Is it Monday?
The next Twitch stream is on Saturday at 4 p.m. GMT. Oh, when are you on Saturday?
Oh, I don't know yet. I think probably 2, so might raid you. Yeah, I've changed my schedule from Sunday to Saturday, so I'm going to work out, might do an early one. I'll find out. Cool, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for coming on and tuning in. Thank you very much. Goodbye.